Okay, everyone, welcome to another class session, and today we are going to be talking about digital ethics. And how does that really affect us as a teacher? Well, in order for us to explore this, first thing we're going to be doing is watching this YouTube video. Now, for those of you that can't see the YouTube video, I'm going to go ahead and put the link into the chat area. That way you'll be able to access it. But I think this video really puts into focus why cyberbullying is just such an issue today. So we're just going to go ahead, take a web tour, and we're going to watch this video. Please give me a green check if you can see, or once you see the video come up.
Rebecca Ann Sedgwick was laid to rest today, just a few weeks shy of her 13th birthday. She was known as Becca, and police say she took her life after getting bullied relentlessly by kids on the internet. As Michelle Miller
Okay,
reports,
go ahead and give me a
Becca
green
left
check
behind
if
a
you were
message
able to see
about
the
the power
video.
of words.
Many of the teens at
Wonderful.
Rebecca Ann Sedgwick's funeral
Now,
wore
as you can see just
bright-colored
from this
ribbons and
video,
T-shirts.
cyberbullying is a huge issue. So we really need, as teachers, to be aware of what's going on. So in the chat area, I want you to type one word that you think of when you hear about cyberbullying. Those are some great answers, exactly, because this is a huge issue. And as teachers, we're going to face these kinds of things every day. So let's look a little bit about digital ethics. Cyberbullying has to do a lot with digital ethics. They can be defined as ethical and responsible use of online and digital tools. In order to train a generation of good digital citizens, we must teach them about good digital ethics. Now, I want you to take this poll. What percentage of Americans do you think have been bullied in just the last year, of American teens? Go ahead to the polling tool, and I want you to choose. Do you think that 15% of American teens have been bullied, 25%, 40%, or 50%? Let's go see what our poll results were. Looks like some said that it could have been 25%, and some said 50%. Well, in actuality, some of you were right, because over half of American teens have been bullied online, according to the National Crime Prevention Council. But more than that, they found that 1 in 3 young people have experienced cyber threats online. This isn't just a fad or a passing issue. This is something we're going to face in our classrooms every single day. This is something that young people are seeing online all the time. So we as teachers really need to be aware of this. Now, give me a smiley face if you have sent a text today. It looks like almost everyone has at least sent one text. Now, when I was growing up, we didn't have texting. Now we have students texting all the time. In a recent NPR broadcast, James Steyer, CEO of Common Sense Media, shared that kids between the ages of 13 and 7 will typically text each other more than 3,300 times a month, more than 100 times a day. This creates a huge medium for the possibility of cyberbullying. Now, like I said before, when I grew up, we didn't have access to the same kinds of technology they do today. In the chat area, I just want you to type how old you were when you got your first cell phone. Okay, so we have a lot of different answers here. Some of you were in your 30s and some of you were teenagers. It kind of depends on how old you were or how old you are. According to a recent NPR broadcast, the availability and the low cost of technology is making it much easier for children to communicate digitally. Whether it be through cell phones, computers, tablets, or video games, our students have the world at their fingertips. So let's face it. We have preschoolers that know more about technology than some adults do. So we have to start coming up with solutions. We cannot wait until these children are teenagers before we start to teach them about digital citizenship and good digital ethics. We must train our students to be good digital citizens and how to treat other people with respect. That is what is going to be part of the solution. Now, we know that our students are spending much of their time in the digital world while they're at home, not just when they're at school. That's why it's important to keep parents informed and educating and guiding their children through cyberspace. Can you think of one way, and type it in the chat box, one way we could educate parents on how they could help their students with cyberbullying? Go ahead and type it in the chat box. Okay, so one person said maybe creating a parent newsletter. That's a fantastic idea. There are many different ways we can educate parents, whether it be through training sessions, websites, letting them know resources, statistics, so many things we can do to help our parents understand the challenges that we face as both parents and educators when it comes to cyberbullying. Now, according to a recent NPR broadcast, one of the big problems we are facing is that parents are often lost in cyberspace themselves. They're not paying attention to what their children are doing online. So we as educators can help our parents by doing simple things like providing information on internet safety, conducting parent workshops, or even creating websites where parents can get more information. As educators, we need to be real with our students. We need to talk about the effects of cyberbullying. We have seen too many children in depression and committing suicide because of cyberbullying. And our students need to understand that words can hurt more than they know. They need to know the effects that their actions and their words can have. Now, many schools are fighting issues with bullying by allowing their students to form anti-bullying groups or create school-wide campaigns that promote good digital citizenship and speak out against bullying. In the schools you've been in as pre-service teachers, have you seen any type of anti-bullying campaigns going on? Go ahead and type in the chat box anything that you have seen so far. Now, somebody said they had poster contests. That's a great idea. The students would come up with their own posters and spread them out through the school and would really talk about anti-bullying and not killing one another with our words. Well, we're going to go ahead and do a case study. This is your case study. Jamie is a 7th grader in your language arts class. She confides in you that one day some of the other girls in the class are making fun of her and trying to humiliate her online. As a teacher, what can you do? You're going to go into room 1 and give at least 2 ideas of how you would try to face this kind of problem. So we're going to go ahead. I know some of you are on mobile devices. We're going to go ahead and move everybody into room 1, and I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. Okay, group 1, I went ahead and put you back in the main room, and I'm going to pull up the page you did in your group room. And let's see, Ashlyn, could you tell us what your group found out?
First, I would develop some lessons on digital ethics and the importance of being good cyber citizens. I would make sure my students knew the real effects of cyberbullying and that some students are facing jail time because of this sort of bullying. Secondly, I would educate the parents by creating an after-school parent workshop. I would give parents the resources they need to help their children and properly monitor their time in cyberspace.
Great job, Group 1. Well, I think you've done a fantastic job with digital ethics. I want to go ahead and give you the resources And if you have any questions, don't forget to contact me at julie.hageman@wright.edu. And remember our big idea, cyberbullying is there, and we as teachers need to be aware and make sure our students are actively trained and educated on how to deal with cyberbullying. Have a great day.